Alright, good morning, everyone. There we go. I accidentally forgot to turn my camera on. Alright, hopefully you guys can see and hear me. Okay, perfect. Can anyone help me on Apex? What's up? It's funny, I was just looking at the rules. They have so many that, like, I'm always paranoid. So I always look at the rules. Okay, I already drew some zones on Nasdaq, but I feel like I should just restart. Okay, start on the daily time frame. We have this daily supply zone, which we rejected last week. On the 4-hour time frame, we don't really have too much zones, but we do have this 4-hour supply zone up here, which I think could be a good target for longs. Maybe not today, but eventually, for sure. 3-hour time frame. We have a couple 3-hour supply zones, which is good. Because if the market goes up, then we'll most likely be touching up on them. I like your hairstyle, thank you. I didn't know what to do today. I was like, should I slick it back? Show up serious? And then, I don't know, I didn't like it. So I just parted it. I didn't want to show the forehead today. Damn, I'm not seeing nothing on the 2 hours time frame. I'm gonna check over here. But like, even if there's zones on here, like it really won't matter because it's too far. Okay, let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, I like this zone. We have this 1 hour supply zone that's close to price. So if the market goes up at open, I'll most likely wait for the market to tap this 1 hour supply zone. Yeah. 90-minute time frame. I mean, this kind of looks like a 90-minute supply zone, especially since we rejected it right here once it was formed. So I'm gonna mark it out. 90-minute. Okay, yeah, and I think it's a good distance from the market right now. So if the market opens up and it taps this area, I think if it gets above 485, then I would take longs. If I do take the long, I feel like there's a lot of space for the upside because the next kind of thing stopping us is, I would say, this 3-hour supply zone, but that's really far. So probably around this area that was support before and resistance, maybe we could tap that area. I mean, I'm not gonna hold the trade this long, but maybe if it's strong. Either way, I already have a plan for like this next payout cycle, and that's just gonna be the bare minimum. So I just need to make $2,000 to get over the buffer again, but I need a 30% consistency rule, and like I don't want to do the most. So most likely my biggest win is gonna stay around 600 per account. Like it could be 1,000, but then I would need to make I think like $4,000 or something. And like, I don't want to do that. Like I kind of do, but I don't. I just rather lock in the payout. Okay, 90-minute time frame. Damn, this kind of looks kind of like a 90-minute zone. I mean, I don't think it's perfect, but I think it looks like zones. I'll mark it. I'll mark it. This is definitely a zone here. Oh, then my voice is cracked. Let me drink water. Let me drink water. How does making 40K feel? I don't know. It feels the same, honestly. Not gonna lie. Like it's exciting, of course, but I don't know. It's not like, you know, I feel like the person like I don't know. It's really not anything crazy. I think other things like excite me more than the 40K month. It's exciting for sure, but not to like an insane point. It's just like you reach a level and then you think, okay, what's the next level? You know, that's how it feels. So like I gotta chill out because like I can't get too excited. Then I get too attached. Oh, this was also a 90-minute zone that I wanted to mark earlier. Yes, the zone got ran through, but I think if we zoom in on it, it had a clean reaction. Not really, but I'm gonna keep it there because I think it's a good zone. So if we do go long, I feel like if the bind's really strong, I think it could get up here. It's a bit of a stretch, but I think it'd be a good target. Another good target could be like this area over here, and that would be a good move. Yeah. I just don't have any zones there, so I'm most likely, if I do take a long off of this area here, I'm most likely gonna target like this much. Literally this much. So I think it'd be a good trade. Alright. 45-minute. There's a good 45-minute demand zone here. I really like this zone because the market's bounced off of this area perfectly to the tick at this 50% line. So if the market goes down, if we tap into this area and then we reject it, then I would take longs. That trade, let me see. Oof, I'm not sure if I would take that trade. It might be too close to VWAP. It depends. Yeah. If VWAP's up here, then like I would take the trade, but if we're chopping up on VWAP, like I'm not taking it. The 30-minute. Okay, I don't see anything on this 30-minute time frame. Okay, this is a good zone here. Oh, I remember this. This was Friday. Yeah, this was the long I would have taken on Friday. If I traded on Friday, I would have taken this long here off of this 30-minute zone. It had like a perfect reaction to it. Let me see. Yeah. 9:30 opened up, tapped into this area, and then I would have gone long right here once this wick here broke. and then tight stop loss at 100 ticks. I can't really see. Okay, there you go. 100 ticks, and then I would have targeted like a 1 to 2 or even these highs here, and it would have hit quick. That would have been a quick trade. Anyways, let's see. Anyways, that zone is way too far, so it don't even matter for today. But I do like how Nasdaq looks. I think these are all the zones that I have marked out. I'm gonna double check though. Okay, yeah, we have this 15-minute supply zone, which honestly I'm not sure if I'll take a trade off from, just because right above it we have a 1 hour 90-minute. But I feel like I would take a trade off of it if I see what I need to see, right? Which is just gonna be candle close above this 50% line 407, and then something like this. Then I would take long. And the stop loss would be good too. It could be tighter than usual, or just 100 ticks and then a 1 to 2, and that'd be a perfect trade, just literally zone to zone. The shorts could come up from this 15-minute supply zone. I'm not sure if I would catch that. Like, I could go for it. It is a good zone. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the market opens up. Those are all the zones for Nasdaq, though. I think what's going to be a really good trade is, like, the breakout of this pre-market range. Unless it's really low volume, which, now that I look at the market, it looks bad. Yeah. Like, the overnight session was choppy on Nasdaq. Usually when I see that, I would say like 70-80% of the time, New York session is slow, or like it's choppy, or like it does some weird shit. So we'll see. Hopefully New York open is volatile. That way we get far away from this area, far away from VWAP. Let's look at US 30. These are the zones I had yesterday. And, oh my god, like, this is why I don't like all-time highs for US 30. It's just horrible. Unless it's, like, really bullish, but... Okay, let's start on the daily. Damn. 4 hour... Yeah, don't see much. 3 hour time frame. Like, for the 3 hour time frame, we could mark this area here. But we did run through it, so. And it's also far away from price. Yeah. Okay, this looks like 2 hour supply zones here. So that's good. This looks like another zone, which we rejected this morning. Where is it? And then there's like nothing else. Yeah, I mean, this is not a 30-minute zone. The basing candle is just way too big. This could have been a really good 15-minute supply zone, but it already got ran through literally a couple seconds ago. So I'm not gonna look at that one. Okay, this is a good... never mind. Basing candles is... The basing candle is bigger than the actual move itself. So that's just how you know it's really not a good zone. Okay, this is a good 10-minute zone. Boom. I like that 10-minute zone because it kind of looks like the bottom of this nasty range here, which I guess we faked out of yesterday. I think on US 30, like the only zone I would want to trade off from is these 2 hour supply zones. We've rejected it many times already. We could reject it again or we could break past it. If we break past it though, like you would have to long it right at all time highs because this is all time highs right here. And like I feel like when US 30's at all time highs, I don't know. I've had bad experiences with it. But it could be an opening where like you guys know those crazy US 30 opens where it goes crazy. It could be one of those days too. But it's like I think it looks better on Nasdaq for sure. I think Nasdaq has more room to go up. Where US 30 like it has to break all-time highs. So it has to be really strong. But another zone or another trade idea could be like if we tap into this area and we start rejecting it, could be a good short. Yeah, but now that I look at VWAP, like if I do short around this area, then I would have to hope that it breaks right past VWAP, which it could, because I feel like US 30 does that a lot. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I think Nasdaq looks better today. Those are all the zones, though. There's not going to be too much on US 30. But I'll do the support and resistance. What day is it? 10th. Oh, we had 8:30 news. Yeah, it wasn't a volatile 8:30. Oh my god, there's so much in the chat. I can't place any trades. It's saying maximum order quantity has been met since last week. I would contact Apex, their email. I would email them. But if you do email them, like, don't think they're gonna respond in like an hour. They're gonna take like 2 days, 2 business days, most likely. What time do you wake up in the morning to get ready? I mean, it changes. But this morning I woke up at like 7:20. Not that early. Not that early. But yesterday I woke up at like literally like 8 o'clock. maybe 7:40. I've been lacking recently, not gonna lie. Like before I would have a set time, 7 o'clock. But now it's just like I don't know, it doesn't matter. As long as I go to sleep around 10, like I'll be fine, you know? I try not to go to sleep too late. That's what really matters. That's what matters. Okay, I should also chart up here. These white lines are going to be important if the market decides to go up. Yeah, this is NQ. How do I get into this? I'm tired of just holding crypto. Search up futures prop firms and then learn about prop firms. And then you'll go in a whole rabbit hole. Like, you won't let go of it. I think that's how we all got hooked onto trading. Like, we learned about trading and like we were obsessed with it. Was my morning routine? I mean, it changes. Like, it's not really a routine, but I get up, do the basics. Recently, I've been taking my girlfriend to work because like she has like a not a good snow car, so I drop her off in the morning, and then before, like, I used to meditate a lot, and recently, like, I haven't meditated not once in like a month or something. Like, I'm just on the go. And like also in the morning, like, I listen to a lot of music. Like, I try to get my energy up to like actually like wake me up, get excited. That's been my recent morning routine. Like, actually, it hasn't been, you know, pretty. But before, it was like get up early, gym, Now it's more laid back. I I've been going to the gym like in the afternoon sometimes. But it really depends, honestly. It changes so much I can't really like answer it. But yeah, I think listening to like music in the morning, it helps. Cause like I'm delusional, so like I really be taking in the lyrics. Like, I'll listen to like, music that gets you hype or like in a good mood. All right, like I'm looking at US 30, I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, and like it's already pushing past these 50% lines. I think if US 30 longs, like I'll miss it. unless unless maybe it goes back to retest this area. But at that point I would just look at Nasdaq if I miss out on the longs. Whoops. Alright, well that's everything. So now I'm just waiting for the markets to open up. Isn't the supply and demand zones technically support and resistance? Yeah, that's how I look at it. That's why sometimes if a zone got ran through, like I'll still mark it down because it does add like support and resistance a lot. When did you start trading? How many eval accounts you blow up? At the beginning, I don't know. I started trading like 2021, 22. How many evals did I blow? Oof, that's like it has to be a big number. I'm not sure. I I failed a lot. How long did it take you to get your first payout? Literally like a consistent year of showing up and losing. Then I got my first payout, and like I didn't even deserve the payout because I broke a rule. Yeah, I still requested it and it got approved. And that was with Apex. Before they were like really, really strict and stuff. I've gotten lucky quite a bit, like with some payouts that I've requested. Like I've had twice where I requested the payout, even though I knew I broke a rule, and the payout got approved. It happened twice. So like you never know. You never know. Damn, I thought the market opened up for a second because I was looking at US 30. This candle is just going crazy. I feel like if the 925 candle is a crazy open, most likely, I mean, what am I saying? If the 925 candle is crazy, the opening is going to be strong. That's what I've experienced. We'll see though. We'll see. It's like if the volume kicks in right before, like, boom, crazy open. But it's just, I'm not sure if it'll happen today because it's right at all time highs. And again, if the longs continue on US 30, most likely gonna miss it. And I'll be fine with that because I'm looking at Nasdaq as well. What's the VWAP for? Yeah, that's VWAP. I'm not sure. It's like I use it like a EMA. Yeah. Like we're chopping up on it, like right here, then I don't trade it. Or if I have a zone and like VWAP's right there, I don't trade it. Cause I lose a lot around VWAP. Okay, let's see. It's about to open. Yeah, US 30 longs. They popping in. I already knew it. We'll see how far it goes. Damn. The only way I would take longs on US 30, honestly, is if it comes back to the zone. But I don't think it is. I'm gonna be honest. I think the retest already happened as well, right at the open. Like, I know US 30 so good at this point. I should have known. But I was so hesitant because it's right at all time highs. So it's just like, I don't know. For me, it's awkward. I mean, I also wouldn't. I haven't taken trades right at 9:30. I like to wait for at least 9:31. See that first candle. Yeah, US 30 is out. Nasdaq just tapped into this 15-minute. Kind of looks like it's rejecting it so far. I'm not gonna short it though. I think if it shorts, I'll wait for it to tap the 45-minute zone. So it has to break past VWAP. And I also didn't get a good entry because the 1 minute candle just went crazy. Yeah, US 30's out. Yeah, I would say I'm done looking at US 30 unless it comes back down to 320, 322. But other than that, like if I didn't place the order, if I did place the order right at 9:30, I would have taken it. But I didn't want to. So I'm hoping that Nasdaq goes somewhere. We'll see. Okay, it looks like it kind of bounced off that VWAP area. So we'll see if it breaks past the highs. If it closes above 408, then I would long it. But we'll see. Yeah, today was one of those crazy opens on US 30. It happens really frequently. I should have coulda woulda. Shoulda coulda woulda. And then like the shorts look good on Nasdaq, but VWAP's right there. So I really want to see it break past it and actually stay below it. So far, oh my gosh, yeah. So far we've just been bouncing off of it. Yeah, not gonna lie, I always, not always, but I have missed a lot of trades on US 30 that the only way I could cash them is by placing an order. So I feel like that's a definitely a goal this year is to take those risks on US 30 because they definitely pay good. They pay good and they pay fast. So I just gotta get used to that. But I wouldn't place the order on US 30 every time. It'd just be when it made sense. Like today. I think today made sense to place an order because of the 5 minute candle. I said if it's a 925 candle, if it's volatile, you're gonna have a volatile open. Almost every time it happens on US 30. With Nasdaq, it's like, eh. It's lagging. Is anyone else lagging? Might be the Wi Fi. Oh my god. I just noticed my mic was all the way down. My bad. Okay, this is good. It's going past VWAP. Okay. Oh my. Nasty breakthrough. It's about to tap 305, which is the zone I'm looking at. Don't know if I'm going to short it or long it. Depends on how it reacts down there. Damn, if the longs come right away, it's going to be hard to catch. Okay, it's tapped into the zone. The only way I would go short is if I see a close below 291. Okay. We'll see how this one closes. Got 20 seconds. If it closes above this white line here, then I'd probably long it. Alright, I'm in long here. I'm going to put my stop at 290. We'll see. This is going to be a risky trade because we're about to approach VWAP if it goes higher. I like where my stop loss is too. Right at that 50% line. So I think if I get stopped that the shorts would come. So that's why I like to stop. Yeah, I got stopped on that. We'll see. The only way I was short is if we get a strong close. But if we get what the heck? I didn't like that 1 minute candle close. Alright, this candle looks like it might close out strong, so if it breaks the lows, then I'll short it. Or if it gets above 309, then I'm gonna long it. Okay, I'm in a long here. I'm gonna put my stop at 83. This is my last trade, win or lose. I would want my stops at the lows, but it'd just be too wide of a stop loss for me. Alright, this is gonna be the 15-minute candle as well. So, basically betting that we're just gonna go back into the range and be choppy. This is where I want to see a bounce. Okay, I'm somehow still in the trade, so I think I'll get stopped though. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it bounces here. Has to break these highs. Has to get above 316, like ASAP. Nice. Let's see if it continues higher. Okay. Might get chopped today. I still like the stop loss. I do wish it was at the lows. But I do like it. I'm not gonna risk more on this. Yeah, I think if it wanted to go up, it would have already gone up. Yeah, L day. Damn. Damn. The best play was definitely US 30 longs. It was just right at open. I do want to see what happens. I want to see if my stops were at the low, maybe if it would have hit TP. It hasn't broken the lows yet. But I think if the lows do break, like, it's definitely bearish for sure. Like if the lows break and it stays down there, it could go down to 25.90. Let's see. I mean, I'm not trading anymore. That's two losses back to back on the same trade. Yeah, I would. Damn. Okay, I'm glad I had my stop where it was. I would have gotten stopped out on this if I put the lows. If I put the stop loss to the lows. Trying to see, like, I did make a couple mistakes for sure. I think the worst mistake I did was taking the same trade twice. But you know, that's just how it is sometimes. That's just how it is. Also, maybe since it was below VWAP, maybe I shouldn't have taken longs, but I would take it again either way. Because it's not like I trade with VWAP. That's not how I trade. Yeah, the best play was US 30. I was also iffy about US 30 because, like, it was right at all time highs. But I did say, I was like, that 925 candle was looking good. Yeah, this shit is acting dumb. But I want to see, like, if the longs actually continue. I just think the longs make sense right now because it's choppy. You know, like, when it's choppy, like, it's harder to break out of the range. That's why I took longs twice. So I was like, yeah, this playing around. Like, we're about to go back into the range. But it might be playing around a little too much. I got burned twice. Damn. I got 1,600 left. No, 1,500 left. How the hell that makes sense? I was at. Okay. Oh, maybe it's because it was at 2,100. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. I was like, how that. How am I. Oh my, I freaked out for a second. I was like, do I have trailing drawdown again? Damn, nasty L day. I'm gonna stick around. I do want to see if it hits the TP that I wanted. But in order for it to hit the TP, like, it has to get above VWAP. So it's like there actually has to be good volume. Then I gotta be careful. Don't have too much left in drawdown. So I definitely gotta be picky with the next trade. For sure. I use 5 micros. Have you tried funded next? No, I haven't. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't trust it just yet. But I've heard they got good payout rules for, like, what is it called? Their rapid account. Let's see if it gets above VWAP. That's what I was betting for. So we'll see if it happens. Like, if it does happen, then I won't be like too upset, because I was right on the direction. It's just got chopped up, really. That's really what happened. Because usually my stop is this tight. Maybe it's also the timing as well. Like, usually, yeah, by 9:45, most of the time I'm already done trading. So, but then it's like the only way I would have caught these shorts is maybe if I placed the order up here. But like that would have been hard to do because the 1 minute candles like were huge. So in reality, my short entry would have been down here. Then the stop loss really wouldn't have made sense. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. This is literally just what happens on a day where you get chopped up. You could be right on the direction, but just get stopped out. I'm not too upset though, like I was right on the trade, I'm gonna just like blame it on the markets. Maybe like another thing is like maybe I could have also sized down and like have a wide stop, but I know if I did that, my stop would have been at the lows. And if I had the stop at the lows, I would have gotten stopped out either way. Unless I got in like again over here. Oh, fuck. That's TP. Oh my god. What's another thing? Yeah, like it's just damn got chopped up, honestly. It's really not much I could do. I already hit my day loss limit, so just gotta chill out. I like if I place another trade, it'd just be stupid. Like I'd rather wait for tomorrow. Damn, now if I win tomorrow, like it's gonna be a big win. So I know I'm gonna want to hold it. Then it's like if I make 1,000, then I might need to make 4,000. No, 3,500. Yeah, for the 30% rule. It's not too bad, but I'm definitely gonna have to because it's just like I want the winning days to be like a bit bigger than the losing days. That way I don't get too worried when I take a loss. That way I just don't like, damn, on the next one, like this will be wiped off. Does live streaming help you stay within the rules? Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. Cause it's like I don't want to be doing dumb shit on the live stream. Did I get the 40K payout? I don't think so. I feel like I'll get it tomorrow or the next day. I just know it'll be by the end of the week. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten it. I definitely notice if I got it, It's the biggest check I've... Oh, that's crazy. Okay, sorry, I'm checking my Instagram. Damn. Really got chopped today, man. It happens. Was the payout approved? Yeah, it got approved yesterday. How do you pay yourself? Do you have trading bank? Yeah, I have a business bank account. So like for this payout, thankfully it's going to the business. Yeah, it's not going towards me. So the taxes are gonna be a bit differently. They're gonna be slightly better. They're still gonna be shit, but they're gonna be slightly better. Yeah, this like I can't believe like millionaires live in New York. It's insane. How much are they paying per year per tax? For taxes, like it's I can't imagine. Like I just know like if I make a certain amount of money, like I'm going to move somewhere where the taxes are better. Like Puerto Rico. I just have to. There's no way. Damn, this is so tough. I really got chopped. Let me double check. Maybe if I missed out on a zone down here. That's what I like doing. Like, if the zone got chopped on, like, did I miss a zone? Sometimes I don't. It's just, it's just what happens sometimes. Sometimes the zone, like, just, they don't work out that good. I would say most of the time they do. Yeah. Just got chopped. It's also a choppy day. That's crazy because, like, that's exactly what I was betting for. I was betting for the market to be choppy to go back into the range. Yeah, I'm gonna slick my hair back tomorrow. Like, I'm showing up serious. I got to. Gotta use some write offs. Yeah. Where you from? New York? I mean, I was born in Puerto Rico, but I was really raised up here. Damn. It's crazy too because the opening range is literally the pre-market range. So I was really confident in the longs. Like once that new on the second trade, I was really confident. I'm stuttering. I was confident on it because I was like, okay, boom, 15-minute candle closed. This is gonna go back inside of the range. But like I said, like just got chopped up. It really happens. Happens to the best of us. Yeah. Oh, and then like with the shorts over here at 9:42, I was gonna take a shorts if the lows broke, but then I was like, actually, it broke this wick here. I'm gonna go long, and usually that plays out well, but today wasn't the day. Oh, and then another thing, I was like, the longs are gonna play out because US 30 is crazy bullish, so Nasdaq's most likely gonna do the same thing. So sometimes with trading, like you make the mistake, or the market just wants to mess with you. And I think today the market wants to mess with me. That's just what I'm gonna tell myself. Yeah. Have you seen how MES approaching the longs? Man, I don't look at ES. But I feel like if I started looking at ES, like I'm gonna need another monitor, you know? Cause now I'll be looking at three things. Like I'm gonna need another monitor. Boom, right there. I also just haven't back tested ES. Like, not much. Let's see what gold did. Man, it just looks choppy. What's the news? What's the news tomorrow? Okay, unemployment rate. Okay, that's good. Yeah, maybe hopefully tomorrow's a bit better. I think if the 8:30 news is like actually impactful, like it'll be a better opening. Give us a good move. Like today gave us multiple good moves that I could have definitely caught, but it was just certain circumstances that like I didn't see, so I didn't take. And I mean, the ones that I did take like just got chopped on. Yeah, there was multiple good setups today. US 30's long, but the only way you really would have caught it is if you put that entry right at market open, which there's nothing wrong with, but like you do have to be on top of it. And I wasn't. I said it too. I was like, if the longs come in, like I'm gonna miss it. I was like, I'm gonna be fine because I have Nasdaq. And then Nasdaq was toxic today. I think the trade on ES got 300. It was way too bullish. Damn, let me look at ES. Let me see. Yeah, like on ES. I'm not gonna lie, on ES, like, I wouldn't have caught it. Because I don't have a zone. That's why I don't trade ES, because the zones are always better on Nasdaq. But who knows? Maybe eventually, like, I'll look into it. Oh, and then if I was to take another trade, like, I would be looking at this 15-minute zone. But since the recent price action has been bad, or not bad, but like, there's just been a couple fake outs. I'm not sure I would take this long here. Unless I see, like, a really good retest, which might not happen because this shit went up. Damn. I mean, either way, I'm not gonna take it, but I feel like I would have missed this long. Again, unless it comes back to retest this area. I mean, I'm not gonna take it, but I know for sure now it's gonna go up to around 450, 460. Damn. The longs were it. No strat, just hopes and dreams. Just because I lose doesn't mean I wasn't following the strat, okay? I followed my strat. And I think if I just keep following it, I'll get another 40K payout. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I'm not too upset over the loss today. Because, like, the strategy did work out on US 30. It's just I didn't catch it. Same thing over here. Nasdaq shorts. Same shit. It rejected the supply zone. Usually I would short it. I just didn't in today's case because I didn't see what I needed to see. Yeah, they still came through. And the longs. Damn. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I made $40 today. I want to buy my Tradeify account. 50K daily payout. What is your advice? Like, don't full port it. I know it's daily payout, but like, be careful. Don't get too obsessed with the thought that it's a daily payout account, you know? Yeah. Congrats on the 40K payout, Wepa. Thank you, thank you. I haven't received the payout, not yet. Another monitor to flex on us? No. I don't know. I just like the thought of having more monitors. Like, some people like buying like shoes and clothes and cars, but I feel like I'd be obsessed with buying like electronics. Like upgrading the PC, have a big ass monitor, crazy setup. I feel like that's what I would spend my money on. I always have. Like, actually, it's funny because the first $2,000 I made went straight to building the PC. And I think I was 16 or 15. I worked at Chick-fil-A. All that money went to buy parts. I don't even have a monitor. I have a PC hooked up to my TV. But you have the PC. How do you handle being stuck at break even? I am up on my eval, but I have been at 50, 60 on the eval for a week now. Like, if you're stuck, it has to be something that's in your head. Maybe you're too obsessed with like the thought of like getting funded, or maybe you're like really stressed about it. You're thinking about it too much. You'll make emotional decisions that'll cause you to break even. Maybe you don't hold on to the winners as long as you should, and that messes with like the risk reward. It's like you might think your risk reward is 1 to 2, but in reality, it might be way less than that. Or if you have a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, there's no issue with that, but you do have to be winning more than 50% of the time. Another thing, like if you're stuck at break even, damn, I just forgot what I was gonna say. No, it's like I know what I'm saying. Hold on, I lost it. Damn, what was that? The evap. Oh, I know what I was saying. I was gonna say, like, with the break even stage, you have to pay attention to like how much you're making per day and how much you're losing, like average. If you look at my stats, my average losing day is around this number. So you just make sure like your winning and losing days are consistent. Make sure it's not like a random $200 this day, random 500 that day, and then a random $800 loss. Like you gotta keep those numbers consistent, the daily numbers. What's my age? I'm 21. I'm not 15. I'm 21. I trade 1-to-1's current win rate is 65%. Okay, that's good enough. Good enough. People hate 1-to-1s, but I love them. Like, I like them too, but only because you're in and out, right? I think that's why people trade it, because you're in and out. But it's different for everyone. Like, for me, yes, I like being in and out, but I also like having like, if I get on a loss, I know the next winner it'll be like wiped off. Like I like having that thought. It kind of helps you accept the losses more. And like also not be greedy too. Oh damn, this screen has been messed up. My bad. Damn, that was like that yesterday too. The vertical stream. I had the screen right on the middle. I usually have it just the right side of the screen. Yeah, journaling as well. If you're at that break even stage, you gotta be journaling. Because you're not gonna notice certain mistakes until you journal. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. This weird price action. It it did a breakout fake out, you know? That's exactly what's happening. And now it's just back inside the range. And we're back at VWAP. Just like we've been for hours. I also said that this morning. I was like, you know what? Like 70-80% of the time, if pre-market is choppy on VWAP, New York sessions most likely will be choppy. And it's very choppy. I mean, nasty fake outs, nasty spikes. Yeah, this helps me accept the loss today because I just know it wasn't me. It was the market. Like this shit is acting dumb. NQ is just toxic. It is. She was toxic today. The best play was US 30 longs right at open. Ugh. Damn. It sucks. It does. Hopefully tomorrow is better. I think it will be because of this unemployment rate coming out at 8:30. I think if that gives the market like a good move, New York Open is going to be volatile. And that's going to be good for us. Oh my god. VWAP settings, sir. I'm a man. Okay, bro, I can't explain to you guys how every single day I get a comment like, you know, where they just think I'm a boy. Like, I understand I dress like a little boy sometimes, but like, I don't think I sound like a boy. You know, I think I have like a girly voice. Is it just me? I don't know. And like, people call me brother, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know what to say to that. I got chopped. LOL took my 2 trades. Same. It's just one of those days. It's like paying taxes. Like, it's just something that has to happen. Same shit with trading. Bro, no way. The VWAP setting is simple. Are you. I am a girl, yes. I was just saying, like, people think I'm a dude all the time. And I'm like, I don't see it. It's crazy though. Like, if you look at my comments, you'll see every single video has some sort of comment like that, and I'm like, ugh. Do I have to make my hair longer? I think maybe that's why, but I don't know. They're funny though. I just laugh at them. Like, they actually are funny. Like, me and my girlfriend actually laugh about it. I don't call women sir, but I do call women brother. Really? Yo, when someone calls me brother, like, I don't know what to say. I just laugh at it. That's funny. Put a disclaimer somewhere on the video. Eres el artista Bele. I never heard that one. But yeah, with these glasses, I definitely look like Belle. I think I know who you're talking about. He has like curly hair and stuff. Yeah, that's funny. You do not look like a dude. Thank you. Thank you. I had to hear that. Thank you. I got chopped up today too. Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to get chopped up today. It's just going to happen. Honestly, I hope US 30 like goes lower, but I think since it broke all-time highs, I think it'll be breaking all-time highs for a couple days. We'll see. Men just aren't used to seeing girl traders like us. Yeah. It's funny too because it's only from guys that I get that. What platform do you trade on? I'm new to this, so I'm trying to upgrade my life. Damn, sorry, I was reading another comment. My platform that I trade on is Tradeovate. And then, but I only execute on Tradeovate. So I'll execute on Tradeovate, but I'll really be looking at Trading View. Also, another thing is I used to only execute and chart on Tradeovate. Like I would just look at Tradeovate, but then what happened was like I was taking the silliest trades because I didn't really know where the market was. I was just like this, all the time. And like, oh, like if it breaks this high, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But once I started like zooming out and like paying more attention to Trading View, where it's actually better indicators, you have more things to actually like note up your thing. What is this called? Um, Not your drawings, but your tools. You have more tools to use. So if you like do everything, just on Tradeovate, I think you have to change that because you might not really realize where you are. I did that a lot too, but in reality, I thought I was just gambling. I was like taking trades that made 0 cents, which some people succeed with, and then they can't repeat it because you don't have a specific system. You're just going off your feelings. That's why I love my strategy because it's so specific that I've been able to replicate it a couple times because it's the same thing. Yeah. How many payouts have I gotten? Uh, I'm not sure, but I'll tell you how many I've gotten this year. This year so far, I've gotten one payout. Nothing crazy, but it's just February. We got a couple months to go. It's a no trading day. Facts. I wish I didn't trade today. But you know what? You gotta take a loss sometimes. You gotta get humbled. Do I break down the strategy on this channel? Yeah, like every trade recap is literally the same. It's the same thing every time. Or I did post like a recent video where I go over the strategy because I know I'd get questions. So I was like, let me do this before I start streaming so I could just send people that way. What is change of character? Like, I don't know the specific definition, but for me, change of character is like specifically looking at the candlesticks. Maybe not on a 1 minute time frame, but maybe like on a bigger time frame. But for example, like, I don't know what screen you're on, but if we look at pre-market, you could see the candlesticks. They're like very small, very wicky, and then once the market opens up, you get like that change of the candlesticks. That's what I think is a change in character. A complete different. Like you can see exactly where the market opens up. You can see where like the volume just kicks in. It changes, the market. But I know, that might mean something completely different for someone else. I think for ICT traders, change of character is like when you're going down and then the market starts going up. I'm pretty sure that's what most people like say change of character is. Honestly, it's just change of character is what you think it is. Like everything has different names. That's just how it is. Everything is like everything has like four names in trading, It's all the same shit. Not gonna lie. How much are the Apex accounts? Are they still cheap? I don't even know what sale's going on, but I would just wait for the 90% sale. Honestly. Which it might happen soon. Like they put that sale literally every month. They have a sale constantly, so. A change in character is when the market is making the first shift from bullish to bearish, something like that. Okay, yeah. Alpha Futures, first time I heard of it. Yeah, Alpha Futures they're going to be up there. I mean, they're already up there. But right now, like, they have one of the best payout rules. I know they have the best payout cap, Alpha Futures. Their max payout, it's on specific accounts, but their max payout is 15K. But then with Alpha Futures, like, you can get a payout and then your first payout, they're going to take 30% of it. So, like, they have the biggest payout cap, but you get 70% of it. So it's like, it's not, it's still big though, 15K. I think that's like 13K if you take 30% off, which is really good. What's your risk to reward? I'm trying to get it exactly out of 1 to 2 because that's what I target every time. But I've been doing this mistake, I would say like the past month of just like, and it's not every time, but when it is, it does mess up the risk to reward. And it's just like I'll close it out. I'll start trailing it for some reason, and I'll get stopped at like a 1-to-1. That messes with the numbers. So right now my risk reward I think is like 1.8. But it really varies. It depends on the trade. I try to aim for a 1-to-2 every time though. That's what I try to do. Sometimes more than that. Sometimes if I get less than a 1-to-2, then like I fucked up. Not gonna lie. Like if I close out a 1-to-1, I don't want to say like I broke my rules, but like I do think it's like an emotional decision. That's what I think. Cause it's like every time I close out a trade too early, it ends up playing out perfectly at a 1 to 2. Oh, and every time I do that, every time I make that mistake, um, it was me thinking about money. Like, oh, like this happened, so I'm just gonna like trail it here. Most of the time I do it when like I already took a loss and I'm trying to, you know, make that money back, then I'll do that. But yeah, it's emotional because at the end of the day, it's like me thinking about like the money a little too much, and it causes me to do that. Not every time, but it does happen. Oh my god. Yeah, the market is choppy. It's definitely tough. I think a lot of people are gonna blow their accounts today, unfortunately. It's just one of those days. Like if you try chasing it, you're done though. What do you think about Mamba FX? He's obviously rich, so that's that. But I'm just a bit confused why he trades forex. Cuz he trades sturdy gold. So it's like why not trade futures? Futures live account that's regulated, but I'm pretty sure he has like his own broker and he advertises it, so I don't know. It's also like unregulated broker most likely. So I don't know. I do like Mamba, but it's also like it's just some things. But shit, he rich. He got that money. He got that Pagani. But I have no clue what it is, but it looks expensive. It's crazy though, cause like the traders that you see on social media that like have a crazy car are most likely advertising forex, even though they live in the U.S. and the broker's most likely unregulated. Like there's a certain type of pattern that you see. It's not bad. It's just like, you know, but it's also not good. I don't know. I wouldn't advertise something unregulated because, like, you really never know. That shit is scary. He starts doing futures, and I'm trying to see what everyone doing. Mamba started doing futures. I hope so. I love when like traders do futures on like a live broker. I know a couple, like what's his name? Juvier Gems or Juvier. I don't know how to say his name. You guys know him, most likely. I think he's a real trader. Real trader. Just hit W on gold. Nice. Then I also think like maybe they just trade Forex for the leverage. But it's like you could get insane leverage on futures as well. It's just you have to know what broker it is. Like I know if you want a lot of leverage, AMP futures, that broker gives you good leverage. The fees on Forex are insane. I can't imagine. I mean, it's already. See, I was gonna say it was bad on micros, but the cool thing with Tradove is like you could lower your fees. You just have to pay more. I'm not sure what's the price either. But yeah, you could pay more to have less fees. I think a lot of people are trying to trick for the money. Oh yeah. Or I mean they just buy cars to get more money, to advertise themselves. Which like I know it makes sense, but I don't know. I think like traders that just flex cars and stuff, I wish they showed other things, you know. Cuz it's not just about buying cars and stuff. Maybe for like a specific amount of people, like people that really like cars, or like that's the only thing they want to buy. But like most people are like normal, we're family people. We want to retire our parents, or we want to do this, we want to do that. It's not just buying cars. Don't get me wrong though. I mean, if I'm that rich, I'm gonna be buying cars as well. But like, I don't know. You gotta sell a different dream other than Miami and cars. I don't know. I was just thinking too, like, oh my, this is another thing I want to talk about is the gambling. Like all these traders promoting gambling. And I'm not talking gambling trading, I'm talking like actually gambling, like rain bet. Like I know training's gambling, but it's not like, like actual gambling. It's like different. It's like controlled gambling. But like when you think about, casino gambling, it's like way different. It's like YOLO it every time. And it's like, why are traders promoting Rainbet and like, these other gambling platforms? It doesn't make sense to me. Like it does, but like it doesn't. I don't know. Something about it. Cause like I feel like if I was to gamble online, like, on Rainbet or whatever, like I would YOLO it every time. Another thing I want to like bring up is the numbers on a gambling addiction. That probably has increased insane, cuz like online gambling has gotten big now. Yeah, look at that. 80 million adults globally suffer from gambling disorders. Which, like, honestly, I didn't know, like, a gambling addiction was actually real until I saw on a TV show. And, like, it just showed, like, how bad it really could get and why it's horrible. Maybe there should be an awareness for that. Like, gambling addiction is real. And you shouldn't, I feel like you shouldn't be actually gambling and trading. I think that should be separate. Again, maybe that's just me though. Those cars are all business write offs. Yeah, I know that too. What I was thinking about was how, like, I was watching this guy once and he was like, it's like this really rich guy, and he was just like, yeah, like, I gotta buy more cars because I need more write offs. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you never know. Maybe they just buy a lot of cars because they need more write offs. I think almost anything can be an addiction. Too much of anything, even water, is bad. You right. You right. Ozempic and online gambling was the main commercial for the Super Bowl. Yeah, I didn't watch the commercials, but I did watch the halftime show. Oh, you guys saw that commercial on the I saw this on Instagram, but it was like a commercial for like it was like this guy bullying a Jew, like a younger kid, you know, when he was a Jew. That don't sound right. I feel like that sounds bad. But that's how you say it, right? A Jew. Anyways, the kid was bullying him, and like the ad was for, it was like a statistic like, I don't know, 1 in 4 Jews get like bullied because they're Jewish or something. Did anyone see that commercial? I just thought it was funny, you know. I didn't see it on like the actual TV, but I saw it on Instagram. I just couldn't believe it. But like I'm not surprised as well. That's why I think it's funny, cuz it's like not surprising. So, you know, all this stuff going on. When they put their business name on the car, it's a write off. Oh, I bet. That makes sense of that Alex G guy. Which talking about the Super Bowl, he streaked it, which is, yo, he's crazy for that. Streaking the Super Bowl twice. He's actually crazy. Jews getting bullied is funny. No. I said it was funny because it's true, you know? The funniest things are always the truest things, you know? That's why I thought it was funny. That's the second time. I know, that's crazy. I'm surprised they didn't like see his ID or something, right? But I didn't see him streaking it like on the TV. I just saw it afterwards. I don't think they showed that. All right, let me journal this trade cuz I do have to go pick up stuff. Let me see. Okay, let's get me in the free Discord and the chart analysis. Boom. Go down to 1 minute. That's where I executed. Yeah, first long was right here. Second was okay, perfect. And then both trades were targeting this zone up here. Damn. Okay, yeah, let me screenshot this. And I'm only gonna have one screenshot because I literally took the same trade twice. Which sometimes is bad. Because I do get chopped up when I do that. But sometimes it works. So it's. I feel like honestly there was no way. Of course there was ways, but with this trade specifically, there was no way of me winning the trade how I usually win it. Even if I had a wider stop, I would have gotten stopped out as well. It's just, it's one of those days. Okay, so I took longs on Nasdaq after it tapped a 45-minute I took longs on Nasdaq after it tapped a 45-minute demand zone and brown structure to the upside on the 1 minute time frame. Took the same trade 2 times. Yeah. And I would say I missed 2 trades. First trade that I missed with you was US 30 longs. which again, the only way of catching this was if I placed the order. If I placed the order, it would have been, okay, boom, if price gets above the zone and we break structure this wick here, then I would go long. The stop loss would have been 50 points as always, and I would have targeted a 1 to 2, especially since it's right at all-time highs, but a 1 to 3 would have hit literally in the first 5 minutes. So I probably would have like trailed it or something. Yeah. Oh no, I was lying. First 2 minutes it hit TP3. So that would have been literally like an in and out type of trade. It would have been perfect. But again, I didn't take it. That was a mistrade. Another kind of mistrade was, oh, the dogs are about to bark. Maybe not. Another trade I missed was just the shorts off of this 15-minute supply zone, which if I was to like actually enter off the short, the entry would have been literally all the way down here. So if I took the short, I would have gotten stopped out unless I had a really wide stop loss. But if I had a wide stop, the TP, risk to reward really wouldn't have made sense. So that's why I didn't take the shorts. The only way it would have made sense was if I placed the short really, really quick up here. That way the stop loss could have been tight and it could have made sense. And if the stop loss was tight, then it could have given me a good risk to reward ratio. But yeah. Definitely missed a couple trades. I think I executed perfectly. Like, I always execute like this. Stop loss is always this size. And yeah, it's one of those days. The direction was right as well. Like, it just happens. It does. I also avoided, a different loss, which was shorts down here. I was very close to taking shorts, but this low here didn't break when I wanted it to. And then that's when I went long. Now that I look at this, maybe that second long, maybe I could have entered it, if price had closed above this white line here. And that could have been a better entry. There's just a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to show up tomorrow and just see what tomorrow gives me. Understand support, resistance, and put to take profit and stop loss. Okay, I'm gonna take that advice. Thank you for the 2. Or is that a question? Interact with your chats, huh? I do. I was just talking. But I had a journal. Yeah, today was a tough day. The chop is real. Yeah. It is on Nasdaq for sure. How do you feel about Blue Guardian? I've never tried them. I think they need a better website. I haven't heard anything bad about them. So that's good. I know they do pay out. I've heard a couple people getting paid out. I would just look at their payout rules. If they have payout rules that are good, then I would trade them. I just don't know their payout rules. Where do you journal your trades? I send almost every trade that I take, I send it on the Discord, and that's kind of like a journal. But I also use TradeZella to journal. I understand where to put my take profit and stop loss and support and resistance, but I just be a little confused sometimes when trading. Where to put your stop loss. So what I do is, first of all, if you're gonna, let's just separate this. Okay, let's just say you trade support and resistance and that these white lines are your support and resistance. I would not take a trade up here. I wouldn't take a trade in the middle of two zones. I think that's a bad trade. You're just kind of flowing in the middle of nowhere, and then your stop loss is in the middle of nowhere as well. So you want to make sure that your entry is around your area of interest. That way your stop loss could make some sort of sense, right? In this case, if I'm going in long off of this support, the stop loss makes sense, right? Because it's okay, if I get stopped out, most likely this support didn't hold up. So most likely it'll go down to the white line. So the stop loss makes sense. And then for the TP, what you could do is like just target a 1 to 2 and call it a day. Or you could target the next area of interest, which most likely for you it'll be like support resistance. So this could be the trade right here. And it's like vice versa with the shorts. But yeah, a mistake that I did a couple times was just like, was just taking entries, in the middle of nowhere. You don't want to do that because then your stop loss isn't going to make sense. You froze, Fa. That's funny. It's recorded. It's just the numbers that confuse me. Like the contract numbers, what type of numbers confuse you? I mean, also, if you don't understand anything, like, just search the specific topic on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure, like, someone has gone over it. What should I study more? Whatever you're struggling with the most, that's what you should study more. Explain the fair value gap area. I still don't understand. I don't trade fair value gap, so I have no idea. I just trade supply and demand and support and resistance. For the most part, it works, but other times you do get chopped up. It happens. No matter what strategy you have, there's just going to be days where you get chopped. But yeah, I already journaled the trades. Tomorrow we do have that 8:30 news, so I'm hoping that it gives us more volume. That way it's not ranging like today, and it might give me a better trade. With US 30, honestly, I'm hoping it pulls back lower. That way I have some sort of zones to look at tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow's a new day, so. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, like, don't be on the charts all day, okay? We are trading for mostly freedom, so don't spend it all on the charts. And also, like, the more that you're on the charts, not as a beginner, I would say, like, once you already know what you're doing, you already know your strategy, you already know all the, everything. You know what you should be doing, like, don't be on the charts all the time. You need to save that energy up there. Alright, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.